Currently, we've seen amazing release of different mid-range device, right? But in this video, I'll be comparing the Infinix Note 50 Pro versus the Tecno Camon 40 Pro versus the Samsung Galaxy A56. Now, even though these phones are at different prices, I will just still let you know if you should be going for any one of them and which one will give you the best value for your money. Okay, so if you want to find out the best one to go for, the best mid-range device to go for between these three, then you are on the right video. So before we get started, all you need to do is to give the video a thumbs up if you love what you're about to hear, and if you're a fan of gadgets reviews like this, and I'm sure you will want to click on that subscribe button below and turn on the bell notification icon so that when I create more videos like this, you'll be the first to get notified. And trust me, that's what I do here on my channel, so I'll be creating more and more gadget reviews for you. And I'm talking about all these phones. I've created individual videos of each of them, so after this one you can now check out that particular phone you want to go for, be it the Infinix, the Tecno, or the Samsung. But guys, let's get started with the unboxing of the three phones. Now, when it comes to the unboxing, the Tecno and the Infinix are very much alike. They give us the charging brick, the USB cable, protective case, and also the normal warranty papers and the rest of them. But for the Samsung Galaxy A56, we have just the charging cable and the SIM ejector tool and the phone itself. That's all. I think this is a bummer for the Samsung because, come on, the Samsung here is the most expensive among the three phones, right? And I have to still pay to get charging brick, to get the case after getting this phone. So it's a no-no for me on this unboxing. But let's go to other specs and features and let's see if maybe Samsung may end up winning because it's currently winning on the price as it's the most expensive, or will I say it's losing because it's the most expensive? Well, whichever one. Let's move on to the design and the body build. Now, for the Infinix Note 50 Pro, we have an aerospace grade aluminum frame with IP64 splash and dust resistance. For the Tecno Camon 40 Pro, we have a plastic build but boasts of an impressive IP69 rating for water and dust resistance. And now on the Samsung Galaxy A56, we have a premium feel with Gorilla Glass Victus Plus for both the front and the back, with aluminum frame and IP67 rating. So when it comes to the body build and design, I think it goes to the Tecno on one hand and Samsung on one hand. So as you can see, Tecno has IP69 water and dust resistance. So this means you can submerge your phone underwater and it still survive, just like we saw what Valor did where you unboxed this phone underwater. Yes, and the phone is still working perfectly fine. When it comes to the whole protection, right, and premium feel, look at the design of the phone and the camera position, I would go for the Samsung. So both the Samsung and Tecno, we are going head to head on this design. It's a bomber for Infinix, giving us IP64 just splash resistance. Now to the display. These three phones uses AMOLED screen. The Infinix Note 50 Pro makes use of 6.78-inch 1080 by 2436 resolution. It has a 144 Hz refresh rate and 1300 nits peak brightness. For the Tecno Camon 40 Pro, it has the same 6.78-inch screen with 1080 x 2436 resolution and mixes of 120 Hz refresh rate and also 1300 nits peak brightness. Lastly, for the Samsung Galaxy A56, it mixes of 6.7-inch Super AMOLED 1080 x 2340 resolution, 120 Hz refresh rate and 1900 nits peak brightness. Now, when it comes to display, Infinix and Samsung is going head to head. Look at the refresh rate on Infinix. It is 144 Hz refresh rate, which means you have smoother and faster scrolling and surfing of your phone, right? But now when it comes to the real quality of what you are looking at on the on the screen and display, when you're watching movies, you're playing games and all, it goes to Samsung. Samsung also has 1900 nits brightness. That is about 600 nits brighter than both the Infinix and the Tecno. So this is now a bomber for the Tecno. Now for the performance. So the Infinix Note 50 Pro makes use of the MediaTek Helio G100 Ultimate chipset and is available in the 8GB RAM or the 12GB RAM variant. For the Tecno Camon 40 Pro, it makes use of the same MediaTek Helio G100 Ultimate chipset and it has just the 8GB RAM variant. And now for the Samsung Galaxy A56, it runs on the Exynos 1580 chipset, offering up to 12GB RAM. In terms of the power of the chipset, what can this phone handle? The Samsung Galaxy A56 is going to handle way more tasks. But trust me, this is not the best on a mid-range device this year. When I'm comparing the Infinix Note 50 Pro Plus versus the Tecno Camon 40 Premier versus the Samsung Galaxy A56, you're going to see what is talking about one of the best chipsets on a mid-range device this year. Yes, so ensure you click on the subscribe button below and turn on the bell notification icon so that once I'm creating that video, you guys will be the first to get notified, okay? Do not go and rush and buy that phone. Calm down, okay? Now, regardless of the fact that Samsung's chipset is the most powerful between these three phones, it cannot handle pro gamings. Like when it comes to the rating of this chipsets, in terms of the top 180 chipsets on its smartphone this year, it came out at number 34, B rating. So this will handle your gamings, yes. But when it comes to pro gamers, in the long run, you notice it cannot really handle it that much. So it is just a mid-range chipset. Now for the camera, the Infinix 50 Pro has dual rear camera and it uses 50MP main camera with OIS and 8MP ultra-wide camera. Then the selfie camera is 32MP. For the Tecno Camon 40 Pro, this mixes of the rear camera to be 50MP Sony sensor with OIS, 8MP ultra-wide camera and 50MP for the selfie camera. And the Samsung Galaxy A56, the rear camera mixes of 50MP with OIS, 12MP ultra-wide camera and 5MP macro camera. Now for the selfie camera, it has just 12MP. So when it comes to the quality and clarity of these cameras, I think the Tecno and the Samsung will be going head to head because of how good the camera is. Now the camera on the Infinix 50 Pro is actually wonderful, it's amazing. But now if you look at the tiniest details between 3 pictures snapped on this phone, you're going to notice that the Tecno and the Samsung will be slightly better than that of the Infinix. And now when it comes to video recording, right, the Infinix and Tecno can only shoot videos in 2K at 30 FPS, while the Samsung can shoot videos in 4K at 60 FPS. So the video recording, the Samsung is going to be way better. So for the camera, I will begin for the Samsung Galaxy A56 because of this extra feature on it. Now the battery and charging, this is where Infinix takes the win. So the Tecno Camon 40 Pro has 5200 mAh battery, okay, and makes a 45 watt fast charging. Yes, and same as the Samsung Galaxy A56, which uses 5100 mAh battery and 45 watt fast charging. And to the Infinix, this mixes of 90 watt fast charging times 2 of what the Tecno and Samsung is offering, and 30 watts wireless charging. This can also reverse charge your other device. Like so, when it comes to the battery and the charging, this goes to the Infinix only. Now to the software and updates, the Infinix Note 50 Pro came out with the Android 15 and XOS 15 with just 2 years worth of updates. The Tecno Camon 40 Pro came out with the Android 15 and uses High OS 15 and it's promised 3 years worth of Android updates. And now the Samsung Galaxy A56 came out with Android 15 and the latest One UI 7 and it's promised 6 years worth of Android updates. So it is obviously going to the Samsung on this, right? There is no debate. Now for the additional features, the Infinix Note 50 Pro has stereo speakers which is tuned by JBL. It has NFC, infrared blaster and FM radio. The Tecno Camon 40 Pro has stereo speaker also, but not tuned by JBL. Well, NFC, infrared blaster, FM radio. Lastly, the Samsung Galaxy A56 has stereo speaker, NFC, eSIM support, wow, but it lacks FM radio. Well, I don't think, well, most people these days listen to FM radio. I don't, unless, let's say when I'm in keke or probably in the bus and all, where the driver plays radio for us to listen to, but on my phone, I do not listen to it. So I don't think that is a downside if you're looking at the additional features on these 3 smartphones. So now to the price and my final verdict. Okay, which one will we be going for? Now, while these 3 phones are amazing, honestly, from design to the body build to the camera, we've seen, where each of this phone comes first and the other one comes last, right? In all these features, the charging Infinix, the display Samsung, the durability, and water resistance Tecno and the rest of them, right? But the price for the Infinix Note 50 Pro is around 353,000 or 58,000, around that range. Yes, around 350k range, same as the Tecno Camon 40 Pro. But now the Samsung Galaxy A56 is actually the most expensive, with almost 300,000 naira. That is over 600,000 naira, right? So if you should ask me which one will you go for between the 3, look at the price points, I will go for the Infinix Note 50 Pro, honestly. Yes, because the only difference between the Samsung and the Infinix and the Tecno is not so much, right? The Samsung has 5G, others use 4G, right? And some other features 4K to 2K shooting video, but 300,000 naira difference for just this little difference on the specs. No, I will not go for it. I'll go for the Infinix instead. But guys, if you want to see the main comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A56, the Infinix Note 50 Pro Plus, and the Tecno Camon 40 Premier, yes, these three phones are priced around the same 650,000, 700,000. Then watch the next video after this one, because I'll be comparing the three of them and telling you which one you should go for. So guys, I'll be seeing you in that video. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section if you're going for any of these phones right now, or you're going to wait until you're done watching my next video before you make your final move. Okay, let me know in the comment section. I'll see you guys over there.